Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. So it's Sunday evening and today we are going to scan in some buildings again. If you don't know what scanning is, it's basically just, well, like I say, scanning buildings. But what do you need to scan it for? You need to scan them as an architect or above for new players to be able to build. Because you can't make if you make a new project as a beginner, you can't, the buildings that you see are scanned in by staff. So that's what we're gonna try to learn today, because I haven't scanned in over a year. So I kind of forgot how to do it, but I think it's fairly easy. So we should be able to do it in this stream. I'm here at JFK Airport. My original plan was to look around JFK Airport, but then I realized we really need to scan in some buildings again. So I'll leave JFK for another time. And today we will just start with learning how to scan again. So before I started the stream, I already searched up a tutorial of how I could do it again. But yeah, now we're gonna put it into practice. So first of all, we need to have a good area to scan. That's also one of the reasons I'm at JFK, because I know that from my knowledge, above JFK is the area where we are working on right now with beginner projects. So I'm just gonna teleport to a random neighborhood near JFK. And then we're just gonna try to scan in some things. Okay, so I don't know if this is already scanned. No, this is not yet scanned. So, I'm, I also like, I think there's some general consensus on like what area we want to build and connect with each other. But for this stream, I'm just gonna try to do it with this one. But yeah, so from what I saw, you need a torch and then a marking block. So in the tutorial, they used a diamond block, but I know how to, select the building, but I don't know what to do afterwards. Because I think you have to do a command, or it will just open up a menu automatically. We'll see. So this is at least a corner. Maybe I can also just try to scan in some of the gardens, but generally the beginner projects are only for, actually all projects are meant for buildings solely and not the gardens, because gardens are supposed to be done afterwards. I think you can also like scan in a street. Uh, and then people can make the gardens on there, but generally it's just something that architects do. Okay, so yeah, that's already the first mistake, because back in the day when I started playing Minecraft, I switched the left click and right click because I didn't find it logical that left click was destroying a building and right click was placing a block. Because, if you think about it, left click is normally the click button anywhere. So that means if it's the main button, you'd say that the main function of Minecraft is placing blocks and not destroying them. So why did they even make that? I find it so illogical still. So it's just something I'm used to, and I think I can never change that. It's just something in my muscle memory now for so long that it's still something I do. However, that won't confuse things too much for today. It just means that now I have to left click the entire time instead of right clicking. So no, now it just says coordinate list cleared. What do you mean cleared? I just started it. So what if I break it? I'd say it just says added to the list. So if I go up to here and then all the way to here, yeah. I don't know what to do again. Let me go into the Discord because I know that the tutorial was there. I think it was created by Mindset almost 6 years ago. So it's not really accurate anymore. I'm just gonna mute it for copyright reasons. I don't know what the music in the video was again, but we'll go through it and see what the comment was. I only have Minecraft open for this stream, but I don't really think it was necessary to have Google Chrome open for this one. Okay, so step 4 is... Wait, what was step 4? Right click to reset the selection. 5 is fill in the building type. But what do you mean fill in the building type? Wait, I think you need to break the... Yeah, oh, that's what it is. Okay. But wait, this looks completely different than the video. So probably they just changed the plugin throughout the years. Wait, what categories are there even? So it's residential building, small warehouse. I never like thought about warehouses. A small complex, small streets, quick detailing, small park, small parking lot, medium complex, large detailing, townhouses, medium street, medium warehouse, small skyscraper, extreme detailing, large parking lot, medium park, medium skyscraper, large warehouse, long street, extreme street, large skyscraper, Queens block detailing, Manhattan block, highway, interchange. It's funny that like some of these categories are almost never used. Like they're so obscure. I find that funny. Anyway, for this one, it's a residential building. Wait, so that's all I have to do for this? I think it was just made way easier. Actually, that's good because that means we can scan fairly quick. So, but yeah, but one block has so many buildings already. It's funny because I think the measurements of blocks in the US are like mainly just divided with the imperial system. Don't know exactly how it works, but sometimes if you like count a few blocks, they sometimes add up to a mile on Google Maps. I mean, it's like the almost entire country is made artificially, so why not do it for the measurement of the blocks? It's just handy if you think about it. But yeah, I'm not generally that fond of American city design. Don't think too many people are. I mean, it's handy for cars, but not everyone can drive, so... And it just takes a while to get anywhere. And like, the sidewalks are generally just completely empty because no one walks. I mean, everyone drives. But you can disagree with me. That's just my opinion. Okay, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the scanning. So I think is it literally everything already? I think so, because yeah, but the system just changed completely. But yeah, I still kind of need to get the hang of it. Someone asks, how long do I have to wait before my build is approved? So, this for this question, it really just depends on anyone has time. Here, some architect has time right now, so there's like not really a rule about it. But if it hasn't been reviewed after, say, 48 hours, I think you're allowed to ask someone if someone has time. Because we should be with enough people to handle it, you know? Except if it's like really crowded, but that's also not really something something anyone can do anything about if you think it's proved. Because if there's just too many people against too less people, yeah, you can't really do anything. Other than just hire more people, I guess. Okay, so let's just for now try this whole block. And then maybe for another stream we can like try to do harder blocks. Because now these are just all small houses. Instead of all those other categories we just went through. Ooh, I still kind of make the mistake sometimes that I accidentally place the torch down. And if you do that, you have to start over from scratch. So that's something you need to look out for if you're an architect at least. We're here together, so it can learn from each other. Okay, this is also kind of hard to do because these buildings touch right upon each other. Okay, so this is also just a residential building. Why is the server like reloaded? I think it's just to update the state, the state of the server. That sounds kind of weird, you have two different types of states, but I mean, state in software terms kind of hard to explain. Basically, it just means the server that I'm playing on right now is updated, so that the building is scanned in. Because if the data of this, if the data that I just scanned it in, you have this type of information that I just scanned it in, and if it's never sent to the server, it doesn't know that it's scanned in. It's kind of logical if you think about it. Actually, let's count how many buildings there are. So these are already 5. So that's 10. That's 15. I lost count already. Counting is also a skill, So this is 5. Then we have 10. Then it's 12, 15, 20. It's 21 buildings. Of course, it really depends on the block. Wait, let me try to make a new selection again. Wait, I can just place a torch and then it says just this is the first one. But wait, I don't think is the diamond block obligatory? I don't think it is, because if I just return to this one, I think it should also scan. It's just that it was way less clear, so you just make it way harder for no reason. But it should technically be possible, right? So what if I just click this, then return to this block again? Yeah. It's it still works. But yeah, I should just still mark it, because otherwise it's just making it way harder. And if you want to do it efficiently, you should just be marked. I usually just like to do it with like 4 blocks, but I think the plot looks kind of weird afterwards, so I think it's better if we do with this method for now. Yeah, I think it's kind of fun Like, imagine you just have like a free evening and you just put on a podcast and then just do this for an hour. Like, I think that would be a good spending of your evening. I usually do that as well when I'm just building something or working on something that you don't really need to think about or reason. I'll just put on a podcast and just listen to a story. And then it's easier to keep working. I don't really think that's something that like happens uh, in office jobs a lot because generally you have a lot of meetings there and just work that you need to concentrate on. Well, it really depends on the kind of job, but mostly no, it isn't. But I'm doing all these small residential, but it's two houses in the same building. In Dutch you call it twee onder één kop, but I don't know the English term. Actually, not that for her anyway. Let's just put it in translate. I always find it funny to learn some new English words. So twee onder één kop. In English, it's a semi-detached house. Why do they make it such a hard term? Why is it semi-detached? I mean, if you're really gonna say semi-detached, you could also just say two houses that are melted into each other. Like that's the same thing. Makes no sense. I forgot to place the diamond block again. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do it again. Actually, let me search on the internet. How many blocks are there in New York City? It says 120,000 city blocks. So even if you'd scan in one city block every single day, that would still take you 120,000 days. Let's search how many days does a human live. So if you're taking it broadly, it's 73 years or roughly 26,600 days, which means that you at least need, let's say, 5 people that scan in a block every single day for you to have scanned everything of New York. And that's not even counting like people that are a child or if you're too old for it. So let's say it's, you generally just need a lot of people. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you want to be doing this every single evening of your life. But we're just gonna get as far as we can in this project and have fun together. That's the whole thing of the project. Because if you scanned everything in New York, there's the rest of the US and the rest of the world. So it's never really over. That's also that song by Katy Perry, by the way. Okay, so wait, are you still there? He was talking to this. How do you say this? Massacropy? Something like that. Okay. It's also crazy to me that they built a whole city within the last 250 years. Well, actually, did they do that? I don't know the exact history, but the US was founded in 1776, but of course you already had people before that. But like what happened in each decade, I'm not too sure of. I'm not that big of a US history nerd to know about that enough. Wait, I think my headphones are. Wait, huh? No, I can still talk. My headphones just said power off. But what do you mean power off? I can still talk. Or maybe maybe the sounds just got shut off because I didn't put on anything for a bit. Yeah, I can't hear the. Wait, 1 sec. I'm gonna fix my headphones real quick. Otherwise, you guys can't hear sound, and I don't want that. Wait, is it really that easy? Do I just press the button and does it go back on again? Wait, I'm still not hearing anything. Okay, I'm just gonna pull the headphone plug out of my computer real quick and see if that fixes it. Okay. Wait. My mic is working again, but I'm still not hearing the. Why is it? Why is my headphone suddenly doing this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. 1 moment. Okay, my mic is working again. I'm still not hearing anything. Is my sound even turned on? Oh, that explains it. My master volume isn't even on. Probably because I was playing the game off stream and just put it off because I was getting crazy of the sounds. But yeah, I can hear it again. Okay, let's go. It's fixed. So we'll go further with scanning where we were. We're almost at the half of this block, which is great because that means that if I finish this whole thing, I at least can help when there's a lot of influx of players coming. Because that has happened before, when a big YouTuber makes a video about us, sometimes there's like a lot of people coming in. Even happened with Mindfact last time, and he made this video in January. Like there were so many people coming in. Did I just reset? No, I didn't reset it. Okay, so we have to go around this thing. Also, what I'm wondering, like, if you want to make the backyards as a project, how would you do that? Because you have the residential. Oh, here. This is actually funny. Because if you made a building, there's a separate category for the rest of the detailing. So it's gardens, streets, and streets around finished buildings, etc. I think I remember something from the Pippin YouTube group. Because Pippin always had this category of street detailing. And that's basically what this is. It's just first we scan in for the building, and if the whole block or some of the block is done, you can scan it in again, and it's just street detailing, but only with a different name, basically. That's really funny. This is why you need to this is why you need to join the server and build and become an architect, because then you can do this as well. But you need to have the discipline and motivation to build 50 of these buildings to even be able to recommit. And then also you need to apply, like it's a whole process. But everyone can try technically. And the more people we have, the better it is, I guess. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's also such a weird sound if our place is like, it says, it just immediately burns again. So this also means that you can never use a redstone torch as a regular building block. Actually, let's test that out. If I pick an X, and if I select this, and then set redstone torch, does that work? Yeah, okay, that does work. So you can still use redstone torches as a regular block. Only things you need to do is your world edit. But I don't really know why I want to use a redstone torch. It's like rarely used, so it's not really a big of an issue. Okay, so we have that's the third corner. Wait. I keep forgetting to place down and keep the diamond block. Why do I keep forgetting this? You know, if you're learning something and sometimes you keep making the same mistake over and over again, and it's so annoying because you know you're doing it wrong, but you keep doing it anyway, sometimes even unconsciously. It's so annoying. Okay, yeah, here, mistake again, because I didn't clear my coordinate list. You know, if I really want to get like the muscle memory of this, I just need to actually. How do speedrunners even do this? Because you know, if you're speedrunning a game, you also need to have like the whole muscle memory. I think it's just doing it, trying to do it right the whole time. Like it's just trial and error if you think about it. So that's just 2, and then 3, 4, presidential building. Okay. You know, what if we just try to speed run scanning in a block? But wait, actually, I think, you know, there's this huge building. Where is this? Because I need to have the coordinates, because maybe this is like a small complex. Because if it is, it means I can't use residential building for it, because if the builder makes that. Let's see what this is. Hope. I ate a little too much, I guess. Okay, so it's well, it is a residential building, but it's quite big. This is like a gray area because it's big, but it's still technically a residential building. So basically, if you get this one, you kind of lost a lot. You know, it's. I guess I'm just gonna do residential building because I don't know what to do otherwise. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to do it right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of childish to say it like that, but you know, if you want to do maybe be able to do this fast, it's a good method, you know. You know, you just gotta count and then it works out. Here, residential building. There we go. So we're at the we have almost done half of it, or no, we are already over the half, because this is the 11th building, which means this is the 12th one. Is this even? Oh, this is that big house I was just talking about. Yeah, of course. So it's like, I wonder if there's like a lot of new players joining at the same time, like how long it takes for them to get the hang of building. Like I think if you never really built in Minecraft, probably like 3 days if you do it actively. Well, I suppose like everyone has built something in Minecraft sometime, but this is different because first of all the things are diagonal, or almost all of the things, and it needs to look like the real building. So sometimes it's kind of like unclear what you need to do, and most people don't really like want to watch the tutorial on how to build, and I don't blame them because usually when I download a new game, I also skip through the tutorial and I think I learned better by just getting a feedback straight up than first having like a tutorial of a whole hour and then still not really know what to do. Like I just like to go do something and just learn by putting my hands on it basically. Now that doesn't work with everything, but for a thing such as building, I think yeah, that's just something that's generally, oh, I'll grind at least. Okay, so this was 13, so there's 8 left in this book. Okay. What block? Where is this block even? Let me look, because I just zoomed in above JFK. But yeah, this one is really close to JFK. So if I measure distance for this one, this is 500 meters from the airport or 1800 feet. So really close. Yeah, I don't know, but there's just something in me that says like JFK is such a big airport, and I know Mindfact did a stream about it a couple of months ago. I think it's really cool if the whole airport was just finished. But that also means that if the airport is finished, I think it's also just cool if the area around it is done a bit. And I'm admin on the server, so I guess I can make decisions for my own to some extent. Of course, I'm still gonna go. Oh, wait, I don't want to do anything yet. I still want to negotiate other stuff, just doing something and without anybody knows. That's not how you manage a project. I can tell you from experience. So, this is 2, 3, last corner, and then the diamond block, and then we're finished again. It's it's the same riddle over and over again. Maybe that's also like one of the reasons that people eventually just left. Because I know he had like one video of just building for thousands of hours, or I think 1,000 hours it was. Like if you're just making the same types of buildings for like over and over again, of course you're gonna burn out at some point. You should keep building fun for yourself. I think sometimes you have to like think about variation, because of course like American suburb houses, after a while they can get repetitive, though I still like to make them. It's just because every building is different and it takes a while for them to review it. And if I've just built too much, I just take a little break, and then after a few days I can get into it again, Then it's fun again. I just didn't build all that much to, like, at least the last year, because I was so busy managing the whole thing. But I just think it's fun to get back into it again and also share it with you guys by these streams. So that's also why I'm doing these streams. Okay, so we're about 35 minutes in now. So I think like probably one block takes about 20 to 30 minutes if you're really good at it. I think you can do it faster, but you have to be you still kind of have to do it accurately, because if you don't do that, it's scanned in incorrectly, and people may get angry because they don't get the right amount of points. And I'm also wondering if there's like a function to cancel projects that are scanned in, but probably is, but like somewhere hidden deep down in the plugin, because it's not usually what happens. Wait, why am I using a wooden X? I should use a torch, not a wooden X. So it's... This is... No. I forgot to reset. This is so hard to get into my muscle memory. Okay, so this is 2, 3, 4. Presidential bowling bed. Okay. How many more to go? Ooh, oh wait, I also didn't scan that one, so that's 6, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. Okay. So it's yeah. I just have to use the pointer again. I also like wonder what the quickest way is to do this. So it's a residential building. You know, let me measure this block on Google Maps, because I'm pretty curious just how big this thing is. So like it's about 500 feet, but in meters it's 160 meters. So it's probably 1/10 of a mile, because 1 mile is, I think, 1.69 kilometers. So yeah, it's 1/10 of a mile. And if you go vertically, or the perpendicular side of it, it's 60. So it's probably 1/30 of a mile, I think. No, that's not measured correctly. So this is like from one middle point to the other middle point, it's 66 meters, or 216 feet. That's kind of hard to measure, so it's... Maybe it actually is 1/30. Well, who knows? But that's not the point of this thing. So, at least in this stream, I want to get done with this block. So, let's go further. It's 2, 3, 4, last corner on a residential building. I also keep making drinks for myself, but then realize, like, after 40 minutes into the stream, that I never drank anything. Because I made lemonade again, because I like to drink that, like, late on the evening. Because, you know, I also really like to drink coffee. But if you drink coffee, let's say after 6 p.m., at some point, you don't sleep well anymore. So I try to drink something else, and as a kid, I always had lemonade. Of course, I could also just drink water, but you know, the lemonade doesn't have any sugar or calories even. Like, this is a special version of it. I think it's only like some, how do you say this in English? Like, taste. Like, Let me put it in translate again, because sometimes I want to say something and I just can't come up with the word. So it says dus the substance. That's a good word. So it's it's just lemonade, but only kind of with taste and smell substances. Yeah, okay, that's how you say it. That's also a byproduct of this stream. So I learned to improve my English. Streaming is not easy, especially if you're not doing it in your first language. But the Dutch people generally know how to speak English. It's just that if you're not speaking it day to day, like converse verbally, because I write it a lot, but I don't speak it verbally a lot. And sometimes you forget the pronunciation of a word or just how to say something in general. I also think that like over the last few years, the language use of people, at least on social media, has changed a bit. And at school, we were always taught British and English with like these hard words that people rarely use in day-to-day English, with a lot of synonyms and adjacent meanings. So I can talk really fast with all these fancy words because that's the words that we had to work with. Or those are the words that we had to work with. Okay, I don't think I did that correctly. I think we, like, last semester at school, we also had this crash course on how to speak English better. And that just made me that just reminded me of how many synonyms there are in English. Of course, like in Dutch and in Dutch you have the same thing, but English has way more synonyms than Dutch. Take, for example, a merry-go-round and a carousel. It's the same thing, just two completely different words. It makes no sense. Or what was it, like laudably and some other word that I forgot. So it's a residential building, or let me think, what was it? Like dedicated, devoted, and then there was also and commitment, like commitment, devotion, and dedication. Three synonyms. They have slightly different meanings, but in Dutch they all mean the same thing. Who even decided? I rarely heard anyone use the word devoted. Like if you're devoted to something, I think it's just a stronger term for dedication. Like I think it's from low to high amounts of dedication. It's like commitment, dedication, and devotion. Like if you're devoted to something, it's a passion that you could do your whole life. I feel like it's fun. It's funny that like synonyms in English sometimes have slightly different meanings. And then we haven't even talked about the differences between American and British English. And then you also have, lots of other versions of English. Like, for example, in Singapore, they also speak English. In India, they also speak English. In some parts of India, at least. Is this even a residential? Let's maybe look. It doesn't look like one. So I think these are just two bigger houses. Yeah, it's just two a semi-detached house is what it's called. Okay, so it's just a big semi-detached house, but it's still I call it clear it again because if I'm not sure that I did it correctly and it ends up being wrong, that's just something I don't want to happen. So we'll do it again. Yeah. It's a residential building. You know, one synonym that I started using in my videos about the wait, Minecraft music is getting way too loud. Let's turn it down to 25. It's even like let's set it at 20, I think. Otherwise it's so loud. Okay. So what I wanted to say in my videos about my Chinese travels, in the first one I used the word rucksack, but you know, in normal English it's backpack or just bag. Wait, let me search the word rucksack. Now I'm generally curious how that looks. No, it's a rucksack. Like, but I think rucksack is generally, well, if you search like pictures of rucksack in Google, it are these like big pictures of rucksacks. Like, it's basically just a very big backpack or something that you take on vacation, like instead of a suitcase. Because what happens if I search backpack? No, but if I search backpack, I also see like huge backpack. So I think rucksack is just, I think it's just British English here. Cambridge Dictionary. No, it also says here it has a US pronunciation, but official definition is a large bag to carry things on your back, used especially by people who go camping, walking, or traveling. Now let's search the word backpack. Wait, no, because it has a, yeah, here it says. I think rucksack is just more used in the UK. Because it has a US pronunciation, but only a UK section if you scroll down in Cambridge Dictionary. So probably that's also not really why a lot of people know it, because there's only so many people in the UK. Like, most people on YouTube and even like that watch my streams are from the US. But I normally use UK vocabulary. But I think it's funny if I just tried, for at least for these streams, to use American vocabulary. You know what? I'm just gonna mix it all up. I don't even care. It's all the same language anyway, right? Who even cares about it? As long as you know what I mean, it's fine. And otherwise you just learn a new word and you have the internet to search what it means. If there are any objections, let me know in chat. Okay, so I think we're done. Hey, it's Ultra again. He's here quite often. So yeah, residential bone. I think I scanned yeah, that's should be the whole block. Okay, let's set my flying speed to 10. It's funny that like, if you get later into the evening, usually more people come online, but that's also because it's like the afternoon in the US right now, so at least on the East Coast. So more people are like awake, because most people wake up later on Sundays. Okay, yeah, so this is what it looks like from above. I think it generally looks fine to me. Right? Oh, so some of the shells are wrong. Well, I guess I'll just say, apply thanks for the tip. Oh, but it's Wait, so I have to check the shell if the shells are correct. But why wouldn't the shells be correct? I'm confused. If there's, I mean, if there's no, because some are missing a roof. If there's no roof, are um the shells right? Like I think these things are incorrect then. Okay, so they're usually in the roof, but um no, no, I mean the gray light gray wall. Because yeah, I don't really know when a shell is when a shell is incorrect. But okay, so that doesn't have to do anything with it. Um, oh, okay, so yeah, okay, I can use OpenStreetMap, yeah. Okay, so that's another asterisk for the stream. You have to have Google Maps on the side when making these scanning in these buildings. So next time when we're doing such a stream, I'll also have a window for Google Maps. So, I could use Google Earth too, but I think Google Earth is moving to web only at least next year. But for most things, you can also just use Google Maps. And I think on Google Earth or Google Earth, you can also just see the height of buildings. Okay, so wait, what bay is JFK? This was to, I think it was south. Yeah, just to the south. So it's yeah, this is south. This way. Yeah, it's really good because of course it's like not the it like north, east, south, and west are not aligned with these blocks because the blocks in real life are sideways as well. But that kind of makes it weird sometimes. But yeah, indeed, if you go to the other side of this highway, motorway, you can see that there's JFK here. It's funny because if you look yeah, there's this whole building, but it isn't scanned in. But I don't think JFK is supposed to be scanned in. These things are so huge. Why is there? Wait, this is so weird. Why is there just a plane carved in the ground here? I think it's just satellite data, and there's a plane on satellite data here, so just threw a plane into the ground. Which is really funny because it's kind of like a glitch, but it's still there. Yeah, same thing happened here. You can even see some of the logo. That's so neat. Like it's just an unintended feature of the alley. Okay, so but yeah, because we're already 1 hour in, I'm kind of wondering like if there's maybe I could do a smaller walk just to get kind of the hang of it more. But oh, here, this is a smaller one. Yeah, it's all bigger residential buildings, but still counts as a residential buildings. It's just that the buildings, it's like the houses themselves are a bit bigger. Let me try to go to there and then scan in there. So it's um okay, so I have to check the shapes of the buildings before I scan them. Wait, why is that? Oh, this is already built even. This looks very old. But well, this is already built. I don't think I can see from which year they are. So let me try to do this building. Yeah, I like it kind of looks correct, I think. No, it is correct, this one. Like if you look at the roof, the shape is still the same, I think. There's one, 2, 3, 4 again. Like I don't know what you're supposed to do if the shell is incorrect. Maybe just leave it alone until it's fixed. But if I'm gonna have to fix everything eventually, like that takes so much time. And if you think about it, yeah, well, if you want to like have a whole block complete, I guess you should do it. But if it's not built, I don't really see the necessity for it myself. So it's yeah, this is a residential building again. It's kind of like a printer, it's just you're scanning everything together. Okay, so now it gets weird because if you look on Google Maps, this one has I think this one has a shed, or is it just no, it's like well, it's a garden house, but that counts for the garden. I don't think that's it's like kind of arbitrary because it isn't a shed. It's just like uh, like do you call it a terrace? Like out in your garden, like it's just with a roof, like a place to sit with a roof above you for I don't know tea or just having visitors over. I find it kind of cool. Like I want to have such a spot in my garden. Okay, but yeah, let's just try this one before we end the stream because I need to get the hang of it a bit more. Can I just no? I'm just gonna do block by no, building by building, I should say, or block by block. Block is doing something else. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then destroy this one again, and it's a residential building again. Yeah. I bought the same thing. Probably because they changed the alright, they changed the freaking okay. So let's see if this thing is correct. So we are gonna turn around to Google Maps. Yeah, indeed, this is not entirely correct because this one does have a shed, and it's not here. So I'm just gonna make a shed real quick. Like maybe it's also just because at some point, like when the map was made, the shed wasn't here yet. Or just it just never got generated, or the computer just missed it. Can I just TP to check the shell? Oh wait. Wait, now I think we did it. Do you what to do? L L to the corner. Well, yeah, doing the shell. Is that I'm not doing that right now, but I think that's what you're supposed to do, right? Or am I crazy? I don't know. Nope, let's check for ourselves and we are bomb at this shit. It's completely wrong again. What am I doing more? Like the corners are not correct. Wait. Let me try again. So it's well, no. I just made that one wrong. So this one is here. Mate, I have a ping on Discord. When I'm like streaming and I have a ping like open, okay, so it's I don't think it's anything important. Just yeah, it's just a spam account. Okay, but you can use OpenStream. It's easy. Just compare preview Google Maps. Wait, people will take for this seconds. So you're just looking to make sure the outline perfect. Yeah, okay. Wait, you mean the? Wait, I'll just go to Bulwark. Like, oh, it's it's not people. It's TP. Yeah. Oh wait, I think I thought you meant a building shell. But you mean like the shape I scanned it in? Alright, wait. Let me open it with Google Maps. Yeah. No, it's different. Okay. Yeah. I guess I also kind of put on the Loki if this be my first love scan that the bands. What not? Yeah, okay. I guess I can fix one now. It's really that big of an issue. Big nice. Oh wait. Now I understand why I hear that ping sound. Because I'm used to that ping sound being like a private message. But it's And just when your player name is mentioned in chat, it plays that sound. That's kind of neat. So let's go back to this block. Oh, no, wait, this is, I'm somewhere else. Oh, wait, I think, wait, now I have to find the right block again that I was scanning. Yeah, I think, actually, I think that's this one. Luckily, I still know it. Okay, is that this one? Yeah, this is very blurry. So I was making this shell, right? Oh wait, I still have it open on another tab. Oh, I forgot. So like this one is, maybe it's around like, or let me turn down my speed because otherwise like I can't make it exactly like I want to. I think for chats it's like fine if you just like don't have a rule from it. It's just to know where the buildings are, but I think it's like fine otherwise. Yeah, it's perpendicular. So now we can scan in this one. Let's just try to finish this block before we end it, or end the stream. Okay, so it's one. I keep forgetting this. Okay, have some trust in myself. 3, 4, and I go. No, wait, I'm doing it wrong because this part, like the hallway between the houses, is like this. No, wait, I wanna reset it again. So then we have 2, 3, and then here in between we need to be really careful because if we don't do it correctly, I I I won't scan it in correctly. So it's, yeah, this is kind of weird because I think like the territory of the, how do you say it, like a plot of the house is like the plot border is kind of somewhere else, but it doesn't really matter, like because I'm not scanning it in for DTing. But can just go like this, yeah. Should be fine, alright? Think so. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because like if I wouldn't have done this carefully, I would not have been able to scan this in. Yeah, but this is what I meant. Like you get like this nick here, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's only for the building. Like I think if it's in real life, it goes more like this, you know. But whatever. So timer block 1, 2, 3, 4, and make sure that the shape is correct. Wait, now that we're doing this anyway, let me. So yeah, this one also has a shed. But the shed is already loaded in, so I don't have to make it for this one. No, wait, I have to reset it again, and then try to get like in between, so I can just take the shed in one go. Why do all these houses have sheds? It's so annoying. Like, we don't even have a shed in our garden. Look, that neat Dutch houses have it. Why would they not scan the sheds? Why not? Like, is it, is it, oh wait, maybe it's, yeah, then you can use the sheds for the utility library. But Well, hmm. Maybe we should make a shed roll. Well, we don't need one, that's fine. I think so. Well, basically, I think you can, like, it's technically a building, but you can also see it as part of the garden. I know, like, with Pippin a few years ago, there was, like, this description of what is a building. And people were kind of trolling that sheds are buildings, so everyone just started building sheds. That's kind of like as a meme. So, like, farm huge amounts of buildings, of building counts. I mean, a shed is technically a building, but I think like you need to have different distinctions in how big a building is. So like I think the system we have on New York City is a bit better. But yeah, but why does I think it's a she, right? It's really I was just gonna say yeah. Well, why why does she have like 0 points? Well, it's support, so yeah, that's another funny thing. Wait, do you have to have build for support? I don't think you need to. I forgot. So. Okay, so it's this one is yeah, that's the fourth one. Oh, it's a bug. Okay. So presidential. Maybe that didn't take a stride, right? No, I didn't. I didn't. Is a command to undo a course but not start completely over? Well, that's why we need developers. How do we even like pens? No, 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 no. Like now that we're doing with stream anyway, we should just. I wanna know these things as well. Okay. Oh yeah, here. Yeah, you see like an ID if you scan it. You can't copy it correctly, so what you can do is, well, you could just type it over, but it's actually if you no, you can use it on the city server. Like I was thinking, if you like type that on the building server, if like you do tab, it shows up the like recent ones you made. I don't think it does, but like be a nice feature. It's, yeah, well, I'll have to explain what I mean is that. Okay, I didn't even check. Yeah, the shape looks fine. It's a rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Residential building again. Oh, wait. This is funny. Because the building I want to scan in now doesn't exist. It's still being built on Google Maps. Wait. Can you scan in buildings that are still being made in real life? I'm just gonna say, can you scan in buildings that are still being made in real life? Okay. Way too more specific. I mean, technically, you could build like the foundation of a building, but it's kind of pointless. It almost sounds like a Pro Fool's joke to only like scan in the foundations of buildings. Okay, we should do an action stream. Like, I really, I really should keep postponing it. But okay, but you know, log this stream one thing at a time. Is what I always say. It's pointing at no sponge. Yeah, I can't come up with any reason why it would do that in sponge. Okay, so wait, this is weird because yeah, this thing is correct, but if I go wait, no, I think it's correct. Like, well, for this one, I think if you really look at it on the map, it extends like so. It, yeah, like so, because you know it's yeah. Wait, let me try to keep L there. No, wait, it does end here, but why then at other corner just didn't call it that. In fact, yeah, no, yeah. Wait, what if I go into 3D? No, it's how do you say this in English? Like something delightful. Wait, an alming. Alming. I've never heard anyone use that word. What if I directly translate? A roller alming. Yeah, that's what this is. So this thing is blocked by a roller alming. So it thinks this is a extension of the building when in reality it's just part of the garden. So I think we can remove this thing because there's also not anything here in the light. It's just that this part of the building needs to be, or part of the shell needs to get thrown away. So yeah. Okay. Well, so I can just let me change my flight speed again because otherwise, yeah, it's noise painter. Yeah, that sounds cool. Roll that it has noise. I've used roll edit for 10 years and I don't know about that. What's noise? It's like something, and there's probably something just with patterns and gradients, but it's not gradients, so it's something else. But yeah, still cool regardless. It's like cool, we can even use axiom in BTE, just or no, not like all. Wait, now I remember, you need like for a server to use axiom, you need a commercial license. So that's why not all like microservices usually have that. It just works like it's I think like if you would code action like takes so much time that I think it's fair that there's like a little price decrement, so it's not labeled it's 50. Don't know if it's monthly, but yeah. Still think it's fair. So I think the shape looks roughly correct. I'll just go with it. This shouldn't be free. Station on. So it's gold. Oh yeah, of course you need to have like depths. Hey, I still haven't looked for the stuff there resources. It's funny that like during these streams I just can't come up with new ideas on the spot for streams. But so that's a bunch of problem. And oh, there isn't a resource flip box. Yeah, I didn't. I scanned this one. Wait, what's happening? Oh no, I remember that's the one that was being built. Was it? Didn't scan it. Oh yeah, like should you estimate it? Hmm. I guess just people have to measure it like in real life, but see how it will make station building easier to for the orientation. Okay, so if you make like a metro station deep into the ground, wait, I don't get it. If you like make it deep into the ground, I guess it's easier to like place it or move it to pick up. Does it make some sense? I don't really get it totally. Okay, so really then or we have how many more to go? So we have only 4. There's 4 left. So we have to turn around because we're on the third side of this block. Okay, let me see. Is this one? So this one is, yeah, it's just also like a rectangle. Kind of looks goofy at this side, but yeah, I'll just go with it because it's like a gray. How do you say that? Gray area shell, because it's like kind of misformed, but still kind of correct also. So weird. So it's two. Wait, what's this? Is this a shed too? Yeah, it's a shed. That's weird because if I because this is like directly attached to the house, and if I don't take it with in the shell, I think it's like yeah, like if you want to build something here, you can. So like it's if it's the attached to like or no, it's not detached, it's attached. If it's like attached directly to the house, I just want to take it. You need also weird that like if you want to get out of the menu, there's like not a cancel button. I think there's still many improvements that could be made in the scanning plugin. But yeah. Okay, so it's yeah, residential golden gem. Okay, there we go. Let's move to what? I'm just gonna quickly look through these. So the upper one is correct, the middle one, yeah, looks correct too. No, wait, is this what is this? Is this like a porch? Yeah, porches are fine. Like awnings are don't like. I don't think you should take awning. Wait, is this? It looks like a porch. So I'm just gonna assume it's a porch. No, I haven't looked in their garden, so I'm not too sure about it. But like, I just think like the lower building is a semi-detached house. Well, it is a semi-detached house. It just doesn't look like it. Is it not like an apartment building? No, it's just a big semi-detached building. 50 miles. So that's what, like 80 kilometers? So long. It's like if that's almost like half across my country. Netherlands isn't really that big. Yeah, Manhattan, but that's cool. I wanted to say I think someone's gotta take a big L and build. That's again is such a bad deck, yo. Like so bad that you just don't want to say. Okay, let's get things done and let's do the 3 that we still have left. Okay, so it's 2 more. Yeah. And we'll get this one. It does it. No, but I don't even have to worry about sheds because I don't have to take it with me. So, but still so weird to me that like every time you scan something, the server just resets itself or just reloads. So you like the map just gets reloaded for you too. Or chunks is what it's called in Minecraft. So yeah, I can do these 4 as well. Wait, I shouldn't place down a diamond block here. So it's yeah again 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 3, 4. Yeah, here. This one. Or no, wait, I don't think I did that correctly. Let me try again. I have to delete it and then do it again. But this one is also kind of weird. But yeah, you can. No, wait, I'm just still gonna do this like a rectangle, because if you don't do that and you mess something up, like you can't make the back of the building easy. Great, and then I think this should do it. So it's for building. Did I accidentally like overlap these? What happens if you overlap the scan? Is there even like an error against that? Well, I can test it, but I don't want to, because then like you get a project that's it's just nothing. I don't think there's like I don't think there's like something that prevents it. Just have to. But just I think they just assume you don't overlap scans. So this one's the last, and then there, personalizability. So that's two whole new blocks scanned in one stream. I think we did pretty well. Like I know how to do most of it, but yeah, there's so many more categories you can study on stream maybe even. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, I guess, if you want to see more. Again, not gonna force you, and yeah, I'll see you in another one, and I'll go. Bye bye.